Hello viewers, in this video we'll see net present value method. First we'll see the meaning of net present value method. Net present value method is one of the discounted cash flow method of capital budgeting. It recognizes the time value of money and that of cash flow arising at different period. This method is one among the capital budgeting techniques, and this method will come under the modern method in capital budgeting, and here the time value of money is considered because the cash flow will arise at different period. So the time value of money is considered and the present value of the cash inflows will be calculated here. And net present value is the difference between the present value of cash inflow and the present value of cash outflow. Okay, this is the formula to calculate the net present value. Here, see, present value of cash inflow minus present value of cash outflow. Okay, this is the formula. We'll see one problem now. Consider the following proposed investment with the indicated cash inflows. Okay, 4 projects are given, that is P, Q, R, S, and initial outlay for the 4 project is 20,000 each. Okay, and inflows for different period was given. For project P, the first year the cash inflow is 20,000 and second year nil, third year nil. And for Q, first year 10,000, second year 10,000 and third year is also 10,000. And for R, 2,000, 10,000 and 30,000. And for S, 20,000, 2,000 and 2,000. Rank the investment finding the net present value using a discount rate of 10%. Present value of rupee 1 due at the end of each year. First year rupee 0.909, second year rupee 0.826 and third year 0.751. Okay, and this is the value at the end of first year, second year and third year. Okay, value of 1 rupee at the end of the years. Okay, now we'll see how to work out this problem. First I have written the present value of 1 rupee at this 10% discount rate. Okay, I have written that, and next I have to write this cash inflows. Okay, this is the year, first year, second year and third year. Okay, and if the present value for the rupee is not given, we can able to find that, and this is nothing but 1 into 100 divided by 110. Okay, if the percentage is 10%, we have to write 110. If it is 15%, we have to write 115. If it is 20%, we have to write 120. Okay, 1 into 100 divided by 110. Okay, we'll get 0.909, and with that we have to multiply for the next year. We'll get 0.826, and with that 826 we have to multiply again with 100 and divide this by 110. We'll get 0.751, and it will goes on for several years. Okay, this is the easy way to find out this PV of 1 rupee at the rate of 10%. We can find it at any rate. Okay, and I have written the cash inflows of P and Q, R and S. Okay, see, I have written 20,000, and for the second year and third year it's nil, and for the project Q 10,000, 10,000, 10,000, and for R 2,000, 10,000 and 30,000, and for S 22 and 2,000. Okay, I have written. Okay, and now we have to find out the present value of this. Okay, for P we have to find, and for Q, R and S. This is nothing but we have to multiply this cash inflow into this PV. Okay, we'll get 18,180. Okay, and for second year we don't have, and for third year also we don't have. Okay, and we have to add all this present value of cash inflows. Okay, yes, and similarly we'll do it for investment Q. 10,000 into 0.909 and 10,000 into 0.826 and 10,000 into 0.751. Okay, and we have to add that. We'll get 24,860, and similarly for R we'll get 32,608. And now we can do it for investment X. Yes. Okay, will get 21,334. Okay, this is the present value of your 4 investment. Okay, and the original investment is 20,000. See, here it is given initial outlay is 20,000 for all the 4 investments. Okay, that we have to write it here. Okay, it's 20,000, 20,000, 20,000 and 20,000. Okay, and now we have to subtract this 2. That is the net present value. No, okay, if we subtract for P, will get minus negative 1, and for Q it is 4,860, and for R it is 12,608, and for S it is 1,334. Okay, and we have to see which one gives the highest net present value. Okay, see, investment R gives the highest net present value, so this R investment is preferable. Okay, we have to conclude like that. Okay, we have to see which investment is giving the highest net present value. For this it gets a negative 1, and for this it's 4,860, and for R it is 12,608, and for S it is 1,334. Okay, among this 4, this gives the highest net present value. So this project is preferable. See, I have written investment R is preferable because its NPV is higher than the other projects. Okay, I hope now you can able to calculate this net present value, right? And I have given you a small problem for you to practice. Comment the answer, I'll check your answer. Okay, thank you for your patient listening.